Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that we're going to talk about tonight is going to be around something that is happening in Tennessee. There is a full court press against gun rights and for risk protection orders or red flag laws. We are going to come back and hit on that in a second. This is crucial. And the other thing that I'm going to hit on in this video is how the optics are almost becoming more important than the initiative on the left. This is really important because what I'm about to show you might get some of you kind of spicy because in my opinion, this is disrespectful and kind of gross. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about this one. And if you are new or you are a returning viewer, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and making sure you turn the notification bell on. We need as many of you as we can to get into the fold with us to help pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation by spreading information like this out. And the content tonight is brought to you by Lear Capital. Last year was terrible for most investors, and like last year, 2023 could also be heading for some rough waters with a potential recession on the horizon. But what an impressive year for gold investors. Not only did it protect their investments while everything else fell, some experts are saying the best is yet to come. We're talking about potentially a 100% increase or $4,000 per ounce in the coming years. There are a lot of gold companies out there to choose from. I do business with Lear Capital because I trust them, and you can too. With over 25 years of experience, thousands of 5-star reviews, and a 24-hour risk-free purchase guarantee, Lear Capital is my choice when buying gold and silver. I love gold and silver and believe it is the safe haven asset to protect your savings and retirement against inflation and recession. If you're interested in investing in gold, I suggest you call my friends at Lear Capital. Go to learlangley.com or call 800-330-4630 and get your free gold and silver investment guide and receive up to $15,000 in free metals for qualifying purchases. Again, check out learlangley.com or call the number on your screen, and thank you so much to Lear Capital for making this content possible. But all right, my brothers and sisters, I'm going to walk you through this entire thing in Tennessee because, like I said, this is a full court press. The left and gun control acolytes are attempting to get a pound of flesh. They are attempting to really get a win, pull it out of a conservative district like Tennessee in order to further red flag laws particularly. Now listen to this. I'm going to do this out of order and then we're going to hit it. And you tell me in the comments field if you think we're not doing something right. Check this out. Weapons from anyone deemed a risk to themselves or others, referring to red flag laws. New polling shows strong bipartisan support in Tennessee for extreme risk laws, which are often referred to as red flag laws. But the colloquial term is considered toxic in gun rights circles, and Republican lawmakers appear hesitant to run afoul of the groups, even as similar laws have been passed in conservative states like Florida. Oh, Florida's conservative now? Anyway. The National Rifle Association this week asked people to call their lawmakers to oppose potential extreme risk laws. I did that out of order because I wanted to show you are making a difference. The constant repeating of red flag laws are unconstitutional is making Republicans nervous. It's toxic in gun rights circles. Yeah, that means it's working. It's toxic because it's unconstitutional. But let's keep going. Like I said, I just wanted to put that in there in the front, and you guys can let me know as we continue. Gun safety protesters carry caskets to Tennessee Capitol. This is the part where I get really irritated and kind of grossed out because it becomes about the optics and about the initiative, not about the actual incident. This is the part where, in my opinion, gun controllers lose all perspective completely because it becomes about the photo op. It doesn't become about the tragedy. They politicize it and forget about the tragedy, but they keep the politics in place. Check this out, because like I said, this might get some of y'all spicy in about one slide. Protesters calling for gun safety legislation were blocked from bringing caskets inside Tennessee's Capitol. But a recently reinstated legislator escorted an infant-sized casket inside before he was barred from carrying it onto the floor. Now, this is one of the Democratic reps who was ousted for leading a gun control basically rebellion against the House on the floor with a bullhorn. One of 3, only 2 got expelled, and that was dumb. The third one should have as well. But this is the part where it becomes about the optics and about the photo op versus the actual tragedy. This is where they jump the shark. All right, I'm about to show you an image, and you're probably not going to like it. So what you're looking at is one of the actual House members who was removed and then put back in. Does this look like a photo op, or does this look like trying to accomplish something? Because in my personal opinion, That looks like a photo op. So if you're trying to get a photo op and you're trying to drum up attention for yourself or whatever you're driving, it almost seems like it's a little bit out beyond what the initiative was. It's not about the victims anymore. Now it's about you. And that's where they jump the shark. I'll say it again. This is where it gets really gross. And I will resist them on every turn because that is really not acceptable. But anyway, let's continue. The fatal shooting of 6 people at a Nashville private school last month kicked off a stream of calls for changes to Tennessee's gun laws, including a ban on assault weapons, tougher background checks, and a red flag law. Republican Governor Bill Lee, Republican by the way, has urged lawmakers to pass legislation that would keep firearms away from the people who could harm themselves or others. So far, the Republican supermajority has refused. And now I mentioned there's a full court press on this because we covered when the governor actually announced this. Well, now bring out the country music stars. Check this out. Amy Grant, Sheryl Crow, and other top artists push lawmakers for gun reform measures. Now, I want to solve this problem. I will say it right now, and I'll have a debate and I'll have a conversation with anybody who has an interest in stopping this problem. However, go ahead and pause that. However, I'm not going to infringe upon the rights of an entire nation's worth or state's worth of citizens because criminals, violent criminals, perpetrate some of the most egregious and heinous acts in our culture right now. That is not a reason to ban the rights of an entire citizenry. That is a reason to crack down on criminals and, I don't know, maybe look at an actual problem that would cause someone to do this, not the tool that they would use. If we continue down this road of saying like, well, this happened because this person, okay, that's kind of like saying, we'd have a lot less arrests if there weren't police. What? There'd be a lot less obesity if we just didn't have forks because the tools are being used to further obesity epidemic in the United States. Now, of course, I'm not making light of the tragedies that occur at the hands of lunatics. However, it is kind of silly when it becomes and degrades to this level of photo op for a cause when you're ignoring the initial victimhood of what's going on. That's where this gets really gross. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.